Hi, James. Welcome back to the channel. So glad you are here. Going to do a very short video. We'll talk about Richard Jeffers tomorrow. Torn Curtain put out a list. By the way, if you haven't seen his channel on YouTube, go watch it. He's really, really, really good. And I'll put it up on the screen. These are the 16 ministries that so far have canceled. We knew that Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson was the first one. We knew Baruch Corman was the second one. They both publicly said the reason they left was because of the scandal. And then other people started coming out, including Jesse Duplantis, who invoked God's names, that God told them to do it. I think somebody within his organization was smart enough to realize and said, hey, Pastor Jesse, we're spending $200,000-300,000 an episode on Daystar when we could just advertise on Twitter, X, and not have to spend all this money. So I just think somebody in his business department had some good common sense. But some of these other names are pretty important, and I'm going to leave the list on the screen while I read this to you. Ed Young is huge, big names, but in Houston. I think the only bigger name in Houston as far as ministers is concerned is Joel Osteen. Ed Young is that important. Of course, he moved up to the DFW area. His son, Ben, took over Second Baptist Church of Houston. Ed Young's now the senior pastor of Fellowship Church, and they have multiple campuses in the DFW area. Mark Sharona is author, life coach, founding pastor of Church of the Living Edge in Longwood, Florida. He's a big-time author. This is a big name that left Daystar. Dr. Jack Graham of PowerPoint Ministries. He's the pastor of Prestonwood Baptist Church in Plano. Plano's a really nice suburb of DFW area. And then Russell Johnson, who does Pursuit TV, he's the pastor of a really growing church in Pursuit Northwest. They have campuses in Snohomish, Washington, Seattle, Washington, Kirkland, Washington, and then, of course, their online campus. Now, why is this important? In Ed Young, you have a non-denominational church. Mark Sharona, you have a non-denominational church. Dr. Jack Graham, you have a prominent Baptist church. And in Russell Johnson, you have another non-denominational church. None of these churches are what I would consider to be prosperity gospel. And Daystar needs to have more than just charismatic, Pentecostal, prosperity churches. To lose these ministries, and granted, part of what they said is true. I want you to hear me, not just from my expertise in ministry, but also my expertise as far as the business world is concerned. My undergraduate degree is in marketing. I'm telling you, the guy that did the whole comment about Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson's a clickbait cockroach, that guy, he's the guy that negotiates Daystar with DirecTV, Dish Network, all the cable companies, Comcast, all the big cable providers. The reason Daystar has to charge people so much, as far as the people that make programs, the reason is because they're spending a lot of money on getting on Dish Network, to get on. I just forgot. There's Dish, and then there's DirecTV. So direct to the public streaming, on a website or on YouTube, is a much better option for these ministries. So in the business sense of things, it makes sense for Ed Young to pull his program off of Daystar and just put it on his website. He's pastor of Fellowship Church. He doesn't have to have a television program, but they do it because they want to get the message out. And he can just do it by website, and he can, all these groups, they can market it on X or Twitter. I don't like to call it X. I much prefer to call it Twitter. But from a business standpoint, it makes sense to just market it on social media, put the videos on their own website or put the videos on YouTube, and they don't have to spend $200,000-$300,000 an episode to get the show out. I mean, the truth be told, Daystar may go away just because of business sense. And that guy that referred to Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson as a clickbait cockroach, he's got to negotiate with Dish Network and DirecTV and these cable companies and tell them, hey, you're charging us too much. We've got to lower the prices on how much we charge these shows so that we can stay up in the black, so that we're not in the red. So on the one hand, you have the business expenses that's, streaming is the answer. Streaming is the future. But then you also have the scandal where people are like, hey, Joni, why are you covering up for a SA predator? Somebody hurt that little girl, and you're ignoring it. You're trying to cover it up. You're trying to pretend like it didn't happen. That's not okay. If she would just simply submit to a independent third-party investigation, heck, if Pete's so innocent, you could clear his name just like that. They don't want to do it. Anyway, we'll talk about Robert Jeffries tomorrow. In the meantime, if you are new, please hit like and subscribe. I do want to thank you for being here. Please keep me in your prayers. My health has not been the best. And I will tell you that Wednesday was very busy at work. I'll just leave it at that. I can't talk about my day job here, but let's just say that I had a really good day. And sometimes you have to step it up, and you have to fill in for other people. And I did that, and I have no problem with that, because I feel like, number one, I'm a team player, and number two, I will do anything and go anywhere for the cause of Christ. So, that being said, I'm pooped, and I need to go to bed. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.